Is Airbnb ruining neighborhoods? This is a question that has been brought up to me recently, simply because I'm going through regulations here where I live. Like this right here is my Airbnb here in Springfield, Missouri. It's a real building here. You guys can see I've shown it in my videos in the past for those of you guys that are new here. My name is Robert. I'm a rental arbitrage host here in Springfield, Missouri. It's a little town in the Midwest. Population's like 160,000. I'm going to point out something like that little sign in the yard. The city made me put that up. I'll go into the details on that in a little bit. But what I want to just really get across is a lot of the people in this community, a lot of the older folks that I talked to, they had a lot to say about whether or not Airbnb was good for this community. And I'm going to break that down for you guys in this video. So you guys are more than welcome to stay tuned. Oh yeah, and the top's off the Jeep there. It's been really nice weather here. It's been like 70, so top's been off for like 3 days. Just a little side note. All right guys, we just got back inside, so I'm going to elaborate more on what I was saying out there. Just really quick, just to note something, I got a letter in the mail from the city, and I'm gonna go over this letter with you guys just to let you know kind of what I'm in right now. Many of you guys know that I do want to scale this business, right? Like I've been talking about scaling for a while. Whoa, before we get into the video, I have a Facebook group called Airbnb Mastery through Rental Arbitrage. I suggest you guys go ahead and join. It's a free Facebook group and there's free information being provided there. If you guys have any questions, that you want to reach out to me in person or you guys want to ask, in the group, there's other hosts in there that are supporting the group and they'll help you answer questions. It's always good to have a little support group when you get into stuff like this. So if you guys are curious or you guys want to learn more about this business model, be sure to join that. I have it linked down below, or you guys can just go to Facebook and type in Airbnb Mastery through Rental Arbitrage, you'll find it there. If you guys do go back in a couple of my videos, you can see that Springfield regulated short-term rentals. And that puts me in a little bind, so I'm currently in the regulation process with this property. It's taking forever. This is not an easy process for those of you guys who want to get started. If you were dealing with anything like this, good luck. This is honestly a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna go over the letter they sent me and I'm gonna let you guys in on what exactly I'm dealing with as of right now. This is a letter they sent to me April 11th, and it is regarding the short-term rental that I currently operate here in Springfield, Missouri. The city of Springfield is unable to issue a license for the above referenced business until all the requirements of the short-term rental ordinance section blah 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 of the zoning ordinance have been completed. Now check this out. So this is the requirements as of right now. $350 licensing fee, which I already have paid. The neighborhood meeting, which was yesterday, and I'm going to talk about that one today. And if the neighborhood meeting has occurred, have you turned in your documents? So I'm currently in the process of writing up my summary right now, and I'll explain why this is such a hassle in a bit. And it says here that if I fail to complete the entire process by June 27th, I will lose the status of my short-term rental type 2. That is such a bad thing for me, honestly. So guys, that is my current situation with the short-term rental. Like I said, I hosted the neighborhood meeting yesterday and something came up which I would like to address in this video. Now I know a lot has happened since I last posted, which is 6 days ago. It's been a while. And in that time, I got really sick and I wasn't able to speak. I'm still kind of congested. I have a runny nose, but my voice was completely gone. I got some kind of dude, it felt like pneumonia. I don't know what it was, but it was a very bad sickness, which is bad for talking into the camera. So I was not about to spit germs all over you guys, and I just decided not to upload for the time that I was sick, and I'm barely now just getting better. I don't know if my voice sounds congested right now, but it was really bad. And I hosted that meeting yesterday, and lo and behold, we had a couple of neighbors show up very upset. One of them, my quote word for word, said, "I hate what you guys are doing here." Now, granted, these people were very old. I'm talking white hair, probably retired. They said they bought their property, down the street in 1987 or something. So they're clearly older people that don't really understand what's going on. And one of them handed me a piece of paper that said, "Airbnbs are ruining neighborhoods." Now, do I believe that Airbnbs are ruining neighborhoods? But before I get into that, we hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which is absolutely amazing. It has been such an amazing process, and I thank every single one of you guys for being here and staying tuned for what I got going on. I'm gonna make a video talking about my 1,000 subscriber journey. I think it's a very important video, but I missed it just simply because I was sick. I was gonna upload that video Friday, but I couldn't even talk, so I held off on that. Now we're back to business, guys. Sorry for the delay on uploading. It's just kind of been a rough week for me being sick and all. But what I want to address is the fact that these people think that Airbnb and short-term rentals are ruining neighborhoods. I heard them out. I let them say what they had on their minds, And I told them, I was like, this is why this meeting is here. I'm here to just address these issues and see if I could answer any questions for you. All right guys, sorry I'm getting so distracted, but check out this aquarium. It's such a nice looking aquarium. Very cool feature to have in an Airbnb rental for those of you guys who want to spice things up a little bit. The reason I had to go about this meeting is I had to bring awareness to the community that I'm actually going to be hosting my Airbnb here in this neighborhood. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, honestly, nobody really had anything to say except for the older people who came by. I was able to network with some really cool real estate investors, which is awesome. I advise you guys to build as many connections getting into real estate as possible. And that was the plus side of this meeting. So their main concern was, how am I going to prevent parties? Now, this is like their primary concern. They're like, how are you going to prevent people coming in here and trashing the place and throwing a massive party? And their number two concern was, how do you prevent the street from overcrowding? How are you going to prevent 16 cars from being parked up on the side of the street, blocking up the neighborhood road? Well, I have two answers for those questions. And in my opinion, I don't think that short-term rentals are ruining the neighborhood. And I'll give you guys a reason why. Let me just address something really fast. If people are doing rental arbitrage or they're doing short-term rentals in downtown areas, that's absolutely no big deal to the way that the hustle and bustle of life goes in downtown metro areas. For a place like this in a single family community, it is a little bit different, and there are things to pay attention to here. And my answer to these questions, right, like the first question was, how are you going to prevent parties? Well, the answer to that is very simple. As an Airbnb host, you're able to screen everyone who comes to your property. They give you a reason for coming, and they give you a reason for their travels, and you're able to accept or deny people coming through. And there's certain things you can look into as far as being a host, like certain red flags that would indicate someone's trying to party at your place. The most common indicator is in-town bookings, which we don't even allow in-town bookings. So if someone is from Springfield trying to book our place, that's automatically a red flag for us, and we usually don't let that happen. And I advise you guys to do the same. And the second question they had was, how are you going to prevent the street from overcrowding? Well, we have a limit to how many people can stay at our place. We have 3 beds. One is a full-size bed that sleeps 2 people, and we have 2 twin-size beds. And the fact of the matter is, we only have a certain limit of people that are allowed to stay at our place. Every additional person that comes along and isn't included in the booking process, we charge $25 a night for those people, like for the extra people who come and stay at our place. So I advise you guys to make those little adjustments in your listings. And if you guys are just getting started, be sure to do a lot of research and make sure to have everything in place so you prevent parties and obviously overcrowding in your place. That's just more wear and tear for you. So that was my answer to these older folks, and for the most part, I think I calmed them down. The second thing I'm going to add here is that their main issue was college kids renting long-term next door to them or on the street. From my experience with Airbnb, we're actually saving the neighborhoods. We're actually improving the quality of the home. So for every guest that books our place, we have to keep this place looking brand new. And I'm not kidding you. This place looks like it's on the market for sale every single day that we have a guest showing up. And right now, you know, it's in the process of being cleaned, which that's no big deal. It still looks really clean. It looks really good. It's being well kept. And the thing is, long-term tenants don't treat your property with the same respect. Long-term tenants typically tend to trash the place. They don't care for it. You guys, maybe landlords, you guys know what I'm talking about here. You guys have had experience with people who aren't respectful to your property. And if they leave drunk in the yard, if they leave trash in the yard, you can't do anything about it because there are certain laws, certain rules that prevent you as a landlord from going in and intervening with their privacy. But on the other side, as an Airbnb host, you're now able to get in there, clean the property thoroughly, do a deep clean every single time you have a new guest checking in. This is a huge advantage for the property's well-being. And let me just tell you from my experience, every single guest that I've had stay, minus that horror story experience, which the door is still damaged, by the way, for those of you wondering, I can't even fix that door because I don't have the receipt, and Airbnb requested I have the receipt. So that's kind of like an issue that I'll have to figure out a way to resolve later on down the road. Every single guest I've had, minus the horror story guest, once again, has been very respectful, and that's because they're on a review system. They're on a review system, and I can review them and say, this guest treated my place like trash. They did this, this, and this. They trashed the place. They left everything a mess. I definitely don't recommend you host them in your property. And what that does, that eliminates all the people who are disrespectful to properties. It's sort of a self-regulating system. I hope this makes sense. So that's the cool thing about Airbnb. Most people are very respectful of the place because they want a good review. All a bad review does is prevent them from booking other places in the future. Are Airbnbs ruining neighborhoods? Absolutely not. If anything else, Airbnbs are the saving grace in neighborhoods as long as you're running it the right way. And like I said, make sure that you don't have an excess of people coming into your property, because that will cause overcrowding. You don't want overcrowding. And make sure that you screen every person coming in and make sure that they're not there to party, there to, you know, trash the place. Now, obviously, if you guys follow Richard from Short Term Rental University, you guys know that he has dealt with this same thing as well. People partying at his place, at one of his places actually, because he owns a lot. And it's something that you have to anticipate, but it's not the end of the world. And from my 8 months of hosting, a single guest has caused me trouble. And that's, you know, that's pretty good as far as, you know, risk versus reward. I wouldn't expect anyone with a long-term tenant to just have a smooth ride there as well. People are always going to be people, and that's just it. That's just the nature of it. I really don't think that Airbnb is doing anything wrong to neighborhoods. On the other side, they're making neighborhoods look better. People are keeping their properties clean, tip-top shape, and that's simply that, you know. For the time being, I'm very glad with how things have been going for me. And like I said before in the beginning of the video, if I'm able to have good positive cash flow month to month in this tiny town, I'm sure people in bigger cities, right? Like you guys who are out there in bigger cities, bigger tourist attractions, you guys have that much more of a chance at increasing your cash flow and making sure that you're profitable. Thank you guys once again for staying tuned for the entire video. If you watched all the way through, you guys are the best. If you guys haven't already, I made a Facebook group that is called Airbnb Mastery through Rental Arbitrage. You guys are more than welcome to join that Facebook group. Be sure to leave a like on this video, share this if you thought it was valuable, and smash that subscribe button, turn the bell on so you guys know when I upload more of these videos. Thank you guys all for the growth. Everyone that's new here, welcome, and I will see you guys all in the next one. I am so proud of this aquarium, I'm not gonna lie. For those of you guys who are still watching, I'm just gonna share with you a little piece of my Airbnb. This is a little gem I have here. It's a clean looking aquarium. It has borderless glass here on the aquarium casing, and this is truly a work of art. I have a few different types of fish, so I'm trying to spot them all for you. Here we have a little dwarf pufferfish. These fish play a significant role in the aquarium. They clean up and they eat snails. So I've had a little bit of a snail infestation, and these little guys eat snails. They're cute little mini puffers. And up here I have white cloud minnows. These are from, I think, the Himalayas or something, I don't know. They're like a cold water fish, and they're pretty cool. They're vibrant, red colored. And somewhere in here I have a little fish called an auto catfish. But yeah guys, this is a cool little feature in my Airbnb, and I absolutely love the way this looks. And another thing I have going on there is this little water fountain to add a little, I don't know if you guys can hear this. It adds a little bit of a soft touch. I love the way that it reflects off the ceiling. As you guys can see, this makes for a really cool lighting feature at night. But yeah guys, just a little bit of my Airbnb I'm sharing with you guys here. This is all marketing stuff here. People love this kind of stuff. If you guys want to see more of that, just let me know in the comments. I'd be more than glad to share little tips and tricks that I've added into this listing. With that being said, I will see you all in the next one for real this time.